You see these banks finally admitting the truth about the Iraqi Dinar monetary reform. They would never talk about it before because they would lose their licenses. They would lose the opportunity to exchange when a time comes. And that time has come. One of our military sources said today, any minute now. The latest intel says it could happen tomorrow. It could happen Friday or Saturday of this week. Now, I believe we're gonna get there before Thanksgiving. I think we should get there sometime this week. I haven't been this excited about Iraq in a long time. I remember in 2019 they were really striving, making great steps, and then everything kind of fell apart, and then we had the whole Rona thing took place, and it just seemed like they could not get their head above water. But this past year, everything is looking pretty good. What the WTO and the world want to see is that Iraq is a balanced nation. They need to produce. I'm talking about industry, development road program, the Silk Road Initiative. All of that's coming together and coming into play to be able to prove to the world Iraq is ready to stand on her own 2 feet and start doing trade and be that additional breadbasket to the world. The Minister of Finance directs the accounting department to continue working on Fridays and Saturdays until the end of the current year. Quote, this came with the aim of accelerating the completion of financing procedures and the approaching end of the fiscal year. I got a confirmation from a source that is not one of mine. They were told there were 3 paragraphs they were addressing on the HCL between Erbil, the Kurds and Baghdad, and RV would occur as soon as it's finished. I was always told when HCL was 100% done and official, we would get the new rate. I had heard this from one of my sources, but was glad to hear it confirmed from another. So that feels good. Just 3 paragraphs to work through on the HCL. I thought this was great news. I called JP Morgan Chase Financial Office again just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke and reassuring myself. This time I got a different advisor. Guess what? He told me the same thing, that Iraq was about to reinstate their currency. I wanted to find out in Houston area which JP Morgan Chase bank would be exchanging the Iraqi dinar. He transferred my call to the JP Morgan Chase bank, and a lady by the name of Ms. Bank Lady didn't deny anything. I asked her and she suggested that I call back tomorrow and talk to one of the bank agents about setting up an appointment with them to find out how to do my exchange with the bank. Frank, this is incredible information. I'm so glad you pursued it to the next level. I called JP Morgan Chase Corporation office and I was told when the Iraqi dinar is reinstated. Frank, what? Chase told you this? Bank story. He said when the iQD is reinstated I am supposed to go to Houston, Texas Chase Bank, and they would be able to exchange my currency and set up a private account there for me.